Change no fucking blouse up, bitch, I make it rain shower. You did that, they wouldn't know a thing about you if you still that.
What's up? So I was hit by that hot ass copyright strike on YouTube when I was uploading this before, so I sped it up and now I'm doing commentary in the background instead. Apparently my radio is not liked. This is the talents I was using when climbing in arena. I was climbing from Jonin all the way up to super kage in this specific video. You can also use monster string, which I do normally, but in this case I was using healing jutsu just because of the arena. I got a guy with Hiruzen first. He's annoying with the Enma because of A targeting him, but it's nothing really special. He's just gonna go down sooner or later anyways. All you gotta do when against a team like this, just try to focus the shit out of Danzo as fast as possible and try to make sure that this fucking Hiruzen doesn't die first, because then he's gonna just go ape shit on your ass and kill the one biggest target he feels is in your team. Auto attacks can really screw you up doing that though. I was targeting Danzo really hard, as you can see, trying to CC him all the time. Unfortunately my basic attacks and the poison stacks are gonna kill off Hiruzen. In this case I was lucky because this guy chose to use Hiruzen the round after for some reason, which I still have no fucking idea why. But him doing that made me be able to go all in again. After this it was pretty much just, well, moving on. Second one was in classic Midnight team. As you can see, nothing really special about these teams. You try to kill off one of the big ones or you try to interrupt them. Guy does not obviously not have any form of root or something like that. This specific guy was focusing my Darui as well. However, I could pretty much kill off Mifune instantly because of skewering. After that it was just over for him. As I was trying to say in this arena video before, before it got copyrighted and I had to redo the entire fucking thing, I'm doing some video events on the forum every now and then. I've done 2 weeks now and I'm hoping to continuing it. Myself don't participate in it since I'm the one holding the events, but I encourage people to make videos and participate in it. Number 1 in the event gets 1,000 coupons, number 2 gets 800, number 3 gets 500. It's pretty good rewards for something, just uploading some videos. The only rules are it has to be strategy or event related from the in-game. This means it could be the weekly events like Sage, Matsuri, you name it, and it could also be the Hot Topics events. Just simply events or strategy and it's okay. This is the classic Mei-Mabui team you got going on here. In this specific one, if I remember, I lose because of some things. Mainly the fact that he started an auto combo on me, and as well as me screwing up several times, and that happens then. As you can see right there, I already lost. But that's the way it is. You lose some, you win some. You can't let arena get you down because then you can't move up. Just keep on going and sooner or later you'll do it. I got one from my own server here, which is Ira. I'm talking a little bit with her. This once again was a close fight. As I've said before, this team is not really the best team I could use with A. It's however a funny one. Very versatile, works against many people, but the major downside to it, according to me, is the lack of an interrupt. Personally, I love having an interrupt, and it's really useful against teams like this when you can interrupt the 10-10 round 1 to avoid the blunt damage from the burst. I'll also be doing a stream together with Toby, the customer service mod, sometime if there's an interest for it, where we will answer some questions and hold a little Q&A, as long as we're capable of answering it. That's only if there's an interest for it, but it was something we were hoping to do to help out the community some more. just today I also did a power ranking list for UK specifically. I shared it in the cross server and I shared it in Kaiser's Discord as well. It should be going around. I'll show a little photo of it later. Most of the, or actually the only form of power rankings I've seen so far would be Yannick doing the all across every server. But for me it would be fun to, I know that people would want region specific ones as well. I did one for UK because that's where I am located. With the incoming space time, it was actually quite selfish of me because it's interesting for me as well to see the kind of people I'll be facing in space time. However, if there's an interest, I might do one for the other regions as well, but you would have to leave me a comment about it then. As you can see, I'm pretty much climbing steadily in this. You have the this guy here with the Cursed Heat on Mifune team, but he's running 4 swordsmen, which means that only one of them is not getting root. In this case it was Mifune. However, I got pretty nuked hard on my main this round, and then it just doesn't work out in this specific case, as far as I know. If I remember correctly, I lose pretty hard, actually. Maybe it wasn't this one. Yeah, it's this one. I will lose, actually. Because here comes him up, and he's just gonna go in now. And there we go. Me losing again. At that point I switched to monster strength because I had quite many running on the bottom row, and then I just got one that was not on the bottom row because of that, for some unknown reason. Well, not unknown because it's RNG in Arena as always. It was quite annoying though, because then I got a team where I would have preferred having the heal on me, but that's what happens usually. As I said before as well, if you want me to display a certain team or try out a certain team, anything like that, just let me know. That includes switching main, I don't mind. I have pretty much every ninja in the game. I'm lacking a few. I don't have a Kage Sanada, Tendo, Susanoo Sasuke, Susanoo Itachi, Swimsuit Ino, Death Possession Hidan, and let's see, I can actually just show later, but there's a few I lack, but it's not very many. I have most of them actually. I'm currently Wind because I switched to using a Minato team I was requested to use. And I'll be doing a video later with the rest of the climb in Arena using that team. Nothing super, hey, here we go, that guy again, that beat me before, and this time around I get my revenge if I remember. Actually, it was the opposite way around. It was something, if I remember correctly, I beat him this time around. Actually, I also uploaded the Sage video the other day with commentary because this one got striked and it was very big before actually as well. Oh, I actually lose this one as well. Good memory right there. That's what you get with age. If there's anything specific you want to see in a video, let me know. I'll be trying to cover as much as possible. I'll be doing one of War tonight without commentary though, because it's usually just straightforward for our server, or at least in my area. It's usually pretty straightforward. I'll be doing a coverage of Space Time once we actually get it as well. Should be interesting for people to see. I should be placing pretty high. I'm ranked 6th power-wise on the UK side currently, at least today, the 4th of April, 8th of April, sorry. And we'll see how much, how high I place in Space Time. It's very dependent. For those that don't know, Space Time is a cross-server tournament mode, PvP, which is done by, well, on CN it's done in a server cluster of 20 servers with the top 128 people of those 20 servers. The rest is divided up, obviously, as well. Basically, there's several tournaments going on at the same time, depending on which cluster you're in. The first fights are done on auto, where the players set up different teams, and the AE or auto will play for you. And you also have the final rounds, where it's basically best of 5 fights. And that's done where you actually play yourself against the enemy. It's a lot of it's a very fun crossover event. People that can't participate in it can place bets and spectate the fights and win rewards that way. There's also a very interesting exchange shop and stuff like that in it. It's one of the major modes I've been looking forward to personally, and I know plenty of people at higher power have been looking forward to, because it gives you something to work for. Currently, high power doesn't really matter that much, except for on your own server and Matsuri maybe. Space Time is that one thing where you actually have to get decent amount of power and build teams and use a lot of tactics to be able and beat people. So it's a very fun mode, but I'll do a more intense coverage of it once it's actually out. This is the guy, he's using a pretty classic team with a mirror and also the Fire main mirror mystery. However, as you could see, I just waited with A until round 2, and then I CC'd his main and then went in with A, and after that it's pretty much GG. He also did some mistakes by using Nintendo when A was already had used his mystery. And I skipped over most of the queue times in this video as well. And here I got Jiraiya, the guy who helps me out making my videos. He helps me with the edit and things like that, because I'm old and pretty useless as things like that. He's at 54k now, I think, and he's a complete free-to-play player, one of the highest ones I know of. Fun guy, but he's using the Blitz team on Arena. It works, but even in 1 versus 1 fights outside of Arena, as long as he doesn't kill A round 1, then I basically won already. It's a very common team. I got pretty much the same people. This is the guy again with the Danzo Hidan Mifune lightning main I had before, where A killed his Danzo, and he does that this round as well. Pretty unlucky guy, actually. I mean, A is very much RNG, but once he does hit those combos round 1, then well, it hurts, if we say it like that. This time around I decided to use main on Hidan, because Danzo was tagged anyways, so I knew A was gonna go in and kill him off. Better to limit the damage from Hedon was my train of thought. And after that, it's just clearing up, basically. Pretty straightforward video, nothing like super special to comment about. It's more me rambling once again. I got this guy for the third or fourth time now. Longest queue during the time I was in Arena this was 8 minutes. I climbed from Jonin to Super Kage in around 1 hour 20 minutes. It was also pretty early in the morning or afternoon. I started around 3 p.m. So it's not like super high populated in Arena at that time, but I was pretty surprised actually how fast it was going due to it being so early. Zami was this guy's name from 38. Nothing really special. He's using the Mei Mabui team, but he doesn't have Mei, so he uses Darui instead. It works, nothing big about it, but it's not as efficient as the Mei one, obviously. Here I got a guy, 298. He's using the pretty common free-to-play team from Midnight. Not necessarily free-to-play, but it could also be because you're unlucky with pulls. I let Mifune go and then I jumped on Danzo instead with Darui. I should have used my main because he died, as you can see. I even comment on it in the chat. However, he does not really have that much damage with that team. It's more of a utility team. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It's something that really works for free-to-play players. In my case, I have so much higher refines than this guy as well. Pretty common when they're more than 230 servers above you or later than you. After that, it's pretty much cleanup crew. Really regret, for those wondering, my Sailor is only 3 stars. Everything in this team except my main is 3 stars. And it's something I really regret, because Sailor Sakura at 5 star would have been a total beast. I got this guy, 248, using the Susanoo Sasuke DP Hidan team with Danzo. However, he's DP Hidan is a very strong ninja, no offense, but Iruka gives lots more utility to this team. And when I'm using water main, I just shut down the main in his team, and after that he basically has no combos. I also heard from Jiraiya afterwards that this guy had actually lower refines than him, which, well, that makes a big difference when fighting me as well. Well, in Arena in general, it makes a very big difference compared to many other things. As you can see, it's pretty much cleanup crew. That team does not have any real damage except the Susanoo Sasuke spec and then the DP Hidan, but if both of them are shut down, then he can't really do much. I got this guy using a pretty classic team. It's the Wind Main with Sage, Kazekage, Gara, Gakiro. He misplayed that pretty big. He used the shield on Kazekage Gara for some unknown reason. Personally, I would have used it on Windmain. That's actually the exact team I'm using with Windmain right now, except instead of Sage I'm using Minato. It works very well. It's a very efficient team. You can also switch out Gakido for Iruka, which was the initial suggestion I got. However, it's not something that really works against these heavy CC teams with Mei and Shujiro. As you can see, I climbed to Super Kage there. He was complaining a bit about he was asking what server I was on, and since I'm merged I can see what server everyone else is from. It's something I hope is added for everyone. Let's see here. Yeah, we have the UK power rankings from today, the 8th of April, and as you can see, I'm 6th here at 77k. Above me you have Karigo from 98, which is a surprisingly strong server. You also have Tsunami there from at 85k from 98. And at the top you have Beta Pimp from 182 at 92 strong K, and Baruto from 230 at 86,888 power. I've actually gotten Beta just once in Matsuri, but Baruto a couple of times, and I can't beat him yet. They're both much faster than me, however it's very fun fights against them. That's it for the arena video this time though. As always, leave me a message if you want me to try something out, and thank you for watching.